Good day, everyone. Today, we will be presenting our Food Data Warehouse project, which focuses on transforming raw food delivery data into a structured and analysis-ready format using SQL.
To begin with, let's talk about our dataset. The dataset we use is stored in a table called raw orders, and it contains information about food delivery transactions. This includes customer details such as name, gender, and city, as well as order-related information like food name, category, quantity, price, delivery fee, restaurant name, and the date and time of each order.
One important characteristic of this dataset is that it is not clean or standardized. For example, values in the gender column appear in different formats, such as capitalized M and F, male with capital M, or all small caps female. The price and delivery fee columns contain unnecessary text like PHP, while the quantity column includes spaces. Additionally, dates and time are stored in multiple formats. Because of these inconsistencies, the dataset cannot be directly used for analysis, making data cleaning an essential step.
Next, we move on to the data cleaning process. The first step we performed was standardizing the gender column. We use SQL functions like lower and trim to remove extra spaces and ensure all values are consistent before applying a case statement. This allowed us to convert values such as small letter m and small caps male into having a capital letter M, and all small caps F and female into capital letter F female, while assigning unknown to any unmatched values. This step is important because consistent data enables accurate grouping and analysis.
After that, we clean the price column by removing unnecessary text such as PHP and extra spaces using the replace function. This ensures that the price values can be converted into a numeric format. Similarly, we clean the delivery fee column by removing any format of PHP and spaces, allowing it to be converted into a decimal value. These steps are necessary because both price and delivery fee are used in revenue calculation.
We also cleaned the quantity column by removing the text pieces and trimming spaces so that it can be converted into an integer. This allows us to correctly compute totals such as the number of items sold. Another important step was fixing the date and time formats. Since the dataset contained multiple formats for dates, we used the string to date function with different patterns to standardize them into proper date format. We applied a similar process to time values, converting them into a time format. This ensures consistency and allows us to perform time-based analysis accurately.
Finally, after cleaning the values, we modified the data types of the columns. We converted price and delivery fee into decimal, quantity into int, and order date and time into date and time. This step is crucial because proper data types improve query performance and ensure accurate calculations.
Moving on to the entity relationship diagram or ERD. This illustrates how different entities in our database are related. The main entities includes customers, restaurants, food items, categories, date, and time. These entities are connected through relationships that link them to transaction data. The ERD helps us visualize the structure of the database and ensures that data is logically organized while minimizing redundancy.
Building on the ERD, we implemented a star schema design. In this design, we created a central fact table called process orders, which contains measurable data sets such as quantity, total amount, and delivery fee. Surrounding this fact that table are dimension tables including dime customer, dime food, dime category, dime restaurant, dime date, and dime time. The star schema is commonly used in data warehousing because it simplifies complex queries, improve performance, and make analytical processing more efficient. By separating descriptive data into dimension tables and transactional data into the fact table, we can easily perform reporting and analysis.
Now let's move on to the SQL queries demonstration, starting from how we structured and populated our data warehouse. After completing the data cleaning process, we first dropped any existing tables to avoid duplication or conflicts. We then created the dimension tables, each with its own primary key. These tables store unique and descriptive information such as customer names, restaurant names, categories, food items, dates, and times.
Next, we created the central fact table called process orders. This table includes foreign key that reference each dimension table, such as customer ID, food ID, category ID, restaurant ID, date ID, and time ID. It also contains measurable fields like quantity, total amount, and delivery fee. This structure forms the foundation of our star schema.
After setting up the tables, we populated the dimension tables using insert into statements combined with select distinct. This ensures that only unique values are stored, preventing duplication. For example, we inserted distinct customer names into the customer dimension and distinct restaurant names into the restaurant dimension. For the date dimension, we also used the day name function to include the weekday, which adds more analytical value.
Once the dimension tables were populated, we inserted data into the fact table by joining the clean raw orders table with all the dimension tables. These joins were based on matching attributes such as customer name, restaurant name, food name, category name, category, rather, date, and time. Through this process, we retrieved the corresponding IDs from each dimension table. We also calculated the total amount by multiplying the price by the quantity and included the delivery fee. This step transformed raw transactional data into a structured format suitable for analysis.
After building the data warehouse, we performed several analytical queries. One of the key queries identified the top 5 selling food items by grouping data by food item and summing the quantity sold. We also identified the top 5 customers by counting the number of orders made by each customer. Another query calculated revenue per category by summing both the total amount and delivery fee, giving us insight into which categories generate the most income.
We also analyzed the peak order time by counting the number of orders of each time value and selecting the highest one. This helped identify when demand is at its peak. Lastly, we perform customer segmentation based on total spending. Using a case statement, we classified customer into high, medium, and low spenders. This allows businesses to better understand customer behavior and create target marketing strategies.
From these analyses, we were able to generate several key insights. We identified the most popular food items, which can help businesses focus on high demand products. We also determined the most active customers who can be targeted for loyalty programs. Revenue analysis showed which categories are most profitable, while peak order time analysis helps optimize operations and staffing. Customer segmentation further supports personalized marketing and better customer engagement.
In conclusion, this project demonstrates how raw and unstructured data can be transformed into a clean, structured data warehouse using SQL. Through data cleaning, schema design, and analytical queries, we were able to extract meaningful insight that can support better decision making. Thank you for listening.